Good morning. It's Monday, so it's time for book talks. I actually did read a couple of books this week, which I will talk about. But before I do that, I want to talk to you about some materials that recently gathered for our library. Alcoholics Anonymous and NA, or Narcotics Anonymous. You or someone in your life may possibly struggle with alcohol or drug addiction, and if that is the case, I just want you to know that we have materials here for you. Okay, the Alcoholics Anonymous text, this is the basic text that tells you all about what is Alcoholics Anonymous, what do they do. There are also personal stories in there of people who struggle with alcoholism and then found AA and how that helped them. We also have the Daily Reflections book, which is, a day by day. There's a date at the top. You can turn to the particular date and find a little thought for the day, okay? A little thought just to kind of help you think of, what to focus on for that particular day, okay? So that's for Alcoholics Anonymous. And then for NA, we also have same thing, basic text, tells you what NA is, how it works, also personal stories from people who have participated in NA and how it has helped them, as well as the daily meditations just for today. Okay, similar concept. So I will be putting these in our library collection. Now, if you for some reason don't want to check it out, you are welcome to browse it in the stacks, the shelves. You can look at it at the shelf. It will be in, I think 629 is going to be the number. You can also search for it on the catalog once I get it in there. You can make copies if you don't want to take it home, that's fine. If you want to have it delivered to your fourth period class, you can log into the catalog online and place a hold, and then when we deliver it to you, it will be wrapped in paper. We always wrap our books in paper when we deliver them to be picked up at the main office by virtual students, or when we deliver them to your fourth period class, we wrap any book you check out in paper just to preserve your privacy. We absolutely do not judge anybody at all for what they read or what they need. So please don't be afraid to seek this out if this is something that will be helpful to you, okay? One of our main goals here is to serve all of our teachers and students to the best of our ability through library materials, so we got you, okay? Now, books that I read this weekend. I just finished this one this morning, and I really had to push myself. I tried to finish it last night, and I totally passed out and didn't make it. I had about 20-30 pages left. I really wanted to like this book. I like the cover, Solstice by Lawrence Allison. The premise is, like, if you've heard of the Fire Festival, the thing that guy organized and made it look like it was going to be super awesome, and it turned out it was horrible and not at all what was advertised, and he actually got in a lot of trouble for that. It's inspired by that, okay? So a similar thing happens in this book. There is this Solstice Festival that is $10,000 a ticket, okay? And it's advertised as people can come to this island, Mila, and basically it's like you're on a private island, for a weekend, and all these famous people are going to be there, and it's going to be luxurious, and all the food's going to be organic, and it's going to be great. So people get down there, and it is not at all that, okay? And then on top of that, people start dying, okay? They totally didn't sign up for this. What I didn't like about the book is that it's just execution in general, okay? I like the concept, but I expected it to just be kind of a straightforward murder mystery, and it took a hard sci-fi turn at the end, and I just needed a better editor. Like, there are some instances in the book where, like, for example, we're talking about a truck, and then later in the paragraph it's a van, and then it's a truck again, and it's a van, and what is it? Like, I don't know what it is. What are we talking about? What are you hiding behind? Who is driving what? It seems like a small detail, but it's like it didn't make any sense. Parts of the book didn't make any sense. And also they do a lot of wondering what is going on out loud. Who is this? What is that? What is happening? And I just hate that in books in general. Like, just tell me what's going on. Let's have stuff happen. Don't wonder aloud about it all the time. And then random info dumps where it's just like all of a sudden you're telling us what has happened. Okay, we'll reveal it through the course of events in the book. Okay, but so I'm describing it as it's like a B movie in book form, and I like B movies to make fun of. But maybe, like, I don't know, maybe you'll like it, but I didn't, just to be honest, which is what I always strive to do, be honest. I also listened to Such a Fun Age by Reid on audio, which was really good. It's written for adults, but there's no reason a teenager couldn't read it. There's nothing in there that's, not appealing, I would guess. But the main character, Amira, she is a babysitter, okay? And the people she works for are super duper rich. And at the beginning of the book, there's an incident at their house, and she is called in, okay? It's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. She's been out with her friends. She's had a drink or two. She says to them, like, I don't look like a babysitter right now. Is that okay? Because they want her to come and get their 3-year-old and take her out of the house while they deal with something that's going on. So she does show up and takes the child to a grocery store down the street. And it is important to note in this story that the babysitter is black, the parents are white. She takes her to a very upscale grocery store in this very white neighborhood. And while she's there with the child, a woman sees her and alerts a security guard that something is amiss. And so he goes over and starts to basically interrogate her, and she's like, what the heck? Obviously this child knows who I am. She's saying my name. She's like with me. But another guy is there, and he starts filming it. And Amira is not about that. She doesn't really want this sort of attention. And anyway, the incident goes on. That's how the book opens. And then later, dude with the camera comes back in to the story. And I'll let you read it so you can figure out where exactly he fits in. But he, eventually, you find out he has connections with her boss. And they're interesting. So I'll just leave it right there. It was a very interesting book. I really liked the dialogue. The narrator was fantastic. She did a great job of doing all the different characters' voices, even the little 3-year-old and stuff. So it was very entertaining in that way, and also gave you a lot to think about, especially in regards to like race and race relations. And I saw it described as the transactional nature of employment like that, and just lots of stuff going on. So, but also very entertaining. So not heavy at all. Just a good read. So check it out. I don't have it for the library yet. I think I did just buy it though. So we'll have some books coming in over the next week or two. Make sure that you stock up on books before spring break, because you'll have a whole week where you can read all kinds of things, right? So see you guys later.